Leo, hello. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is a special bonus read for you. It's at Your Next Steps reading. So, what are your next steps? I'm going to go into your next 3 steps. So, this isn't like a prediction, the next 3 things that are going to happen to you, not that kind of a reading. This is what's required of you next. What are those things that you need to do, whether they're internal changes, things that you need to do within yourself, or things you need to do in the world, things you need to do outside of yourself. And the reason that I'm doing these special bonus reads, Leo, is because I've got a half price reading sale this weekend, the weekend that I'm publishing this. And it's on my Your Next Steps reading, which is a very popular reading of mine. It's very popular when it's in the half price sale, and it's very popular all through the 4 or 5 weeks when I don't have it in the sale as well, when it's full price too. So you're definitely going to want to book in for one of these. People are telling me, leaving great reviews on it, but saying that they're actually keeping it. They're actually keeping it, printing it out, keeping it, and then working through those steps and keeping it handy because of that. They're that powerful, these readings. And so if you want a private version of this, if you're catching it at the weekend when I'm publishing these, I'll pop a link for it up there to book in for one of those. There's a link also in the information about this. What's that called? The information about this video. And if you don't see those on YouTube, I know some people aren't seeing these links on YouTube anymore, or the comment section or any of that, then you can always find it on my website, behealing.com. Much more besides on my website as well. But yeah, if you can't find those links, you can always go to my website, behealing.com, to find that. Leo, I've also got a prize draw going on at the moment. Well, not really a prize draw, it's more of a kind of guessing competition. So I do all my readings from this bag of cards. It's got these little cards in here. Relax, Leo. That might come out in your reading, we'll see. But all these cards, you see there's a lot in there. If you guess how many cards are in here, and if you guess it right, then you can win a private reading. You will win, if you guess it right, a private reading with me. So the first one to guess the right number is going to read that. Is going to win that private reading with me, worth 150 Australian dollars. And so to win that, all you need to do is be a subscriber to my YouTube channel, click like on this video, and then when you leave a comment about what you got out of this reading, how it resonated with you, leave your guess as well of how many cards are in here, and I'll get back to you. Now, if you're not a paying customer of mine already, I won't have your details to get in touch with you. So you'll need to have your notifications switched on YouTube for when I comment back, when I reply to your comment on YouTube to find out. What haven't I said? Oh, the private Your Next Steps readings this weekend are 75 Australian dollars, which is about 50 American dollars, instead of the usual 150 Australian dollars, which is 100 American dollars. So this weekend only. So, Leo, let's get into it. What are your 3 steps? Now, this is a general read, of course, for Leo. It's not going to resonate with all of you. But for those of you that do resonate with it, I'm now doing a deeper dive reading. So as soon as I've stopped recording this video, I'm going to do a written reading that goes along with this into your 5 steps. So it's going to go into these 3 steps that I'm going into in this video as well, in more detail. So you've got it in written form as well. But then another 2 steps as well. And so it's just like a private reading, but it's for all of you Leos that resonate with this reading. You can get that, and it's only $10. So I'll put a link for it up there. It's called a deeper dive read. It's $10, which is about 7 or 8 American dollars. Let's get into it, Leo. Stop all my waffling. What's your first step? Let's see. Okay. This is interesting. You've got mirror reflection and I am heard. People that are like you, hearing your message. People that aren't like you, not hearing your message. People that are on your wavelength, they can hear you. People that are not on your wavelength, they can't hear you. Leo, people that are in the vicinity of your vibration can hear you. People that aren't, so people that have an opposing vibration, so you're not opposing, you can't really do that, but let's think of vibrations, like we've got different vibrations about all different areas of life. But if we just think about it as a linear thing, like everyone's like on this curve of different vibrations. If you're up here, you're only going to be able to connect with people that are around there on the curve. You're not going to be able to connect with all of these other people or all of those people. You're just going to be able to connect with those people there, and they're the ones that are going to hear you, right? step one is stop going to all of these people and all of those people and trying to be heard by them. Yeah. The example, when this kind of thing comes up in people's readings, this is the example I give. If you're a butcher, don't go to vegans and try and sell your meat to them. Why would you do that? You're not in the vicinity of them at all. You go to people that already love meat and then sell your meat to them, right? And so this is saying, you are heard, Leo, but if you want to be heard, you go and talk to someone that can hear you. Go and talk to someone that's in the vicinity of you. You don't yell at a squirrel in the tree over there and try and get heard. It's not human. It doesn't understand you. It doesn't speak the same language. It's not. Why are you making it hard on yourself, Leah? Why are you going to people? Why do you think that you need to change other people's minds? Do you think that the curve is like this? Like there's all these people here. Then there's a gap. There's nobody. Then there's you, just by yourself. And then there's a gap. And then there's all of these people. You think nobody is similar to you, and so you've got to go and convince these people something, your point of view, or you need to go and convince those people of your point of view, or whatever you do, you're selling, you need to sell it to these people or those people. You're not believing in these people that are around you. You're making it hard on yourself, Leah. Yeah, and you're thinking that you're not heard because of it. And all you need to do is go to the people that can hear you, the people that already agree to you. And you might think, well, what's the point in doing that? That's not going to change the world, is it? That's not going to change anything. Yes, it is. It is. It's the only people that you can change. It's the only people that you can help. Do you think that I'm like trying to find people online that don't believe in readings, that aren't open, that haven't done any inner work on themselves? If those kind of people been booked in, even if they were in the slightest bit open to clicking on that thing and getting a reading from me, they wouldn't understand any of it. If they've not done any inner work, there's no way that a reading from me is going to make any sense at all. Not not at all. The people that get readings from me, they're already healers. They're already people that have been doing work on themselves. They know about the law of attraction. They know all of this stuff. They know a lot of this stuff. They just need that little tweaking. They need that information from the higher self to make it easy for them. Those are the kind of people that get my readings. It's the people that are around me. It's the people that are around me. They're the only people that I can impact. When I try and get anyone else, I'm just wasting my energy. I might as well just, I don't know, I might as well just do a reading and then hit delete straight away. It's just completely wasted. Yeah. And so if I were to believe that that's what I'm here to do, whoa, I would just waste my life. And it would be so frustrating. Wow. Stop doing that, Leo. You're wasting your life and it's so frustrating to you. It's okay to be around those people that are a similar vibration to you. Those are the people you can help, and those are the people that you should be looking to help as well. Or whatever that service is that you do, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you're here for, whether it's in your personal life and your work life as well. Step 2, Leo, you've got knowing and face a situation. You and Virgo, and everybody else in the world, but why is it impacting you more? What this is, Leo, you might have noticed at the moment things that are going on at the moment in the world. It's all being a bit shaken up, isn't it? We are all learning that the media has been lying to us, that they're just kind of doing it for money, right? They're just paid off. They'll tell us anything as long as they're making money out of it. Anything, literally anything. And so we're learning now the media has been lying to us. Often they've been telling us the opposite of the truth, or just completely making stuff up so that they can make money. Now, some of us are also learning and have also learned that it's not just the media. Scientists have been lying to us too. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They've also been bought. They've also been paid for things to say a certain thing. Doctors, teachers, governments. There are a lot of lies out there. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of information out there that we think and that we've been taught our whole lives that we think is true. And it's all coming out now, or it all will come out very soon, that it's not true. And in fact, the opposite is true of what we've been taught. Now, this is happening for everyone, but it seems that it's just Virgo and you that are being affected by this the most. You're the only two signs that this actually come out in the readings so far that I've done anyway. So, Leah, this is what it's about. What you know is actually what you thought you know is changing now, and you could feel like you're on shaky ground because of it. Because it takes time, doesn't it? I mean, there's something that I learned 8 months ago, and it was the opposite of what I've been taught my whole life, and what most people on this planet believe as well. And it took me about 3 months to get my head around it, that it was actually the opposite was true. And I couldn't believe it. Like, that belief was so strong in me because I'd lived 49 years believing that. Well, 48 and a half years believing that. And it was a big thing for me to challenge that. And it's like being told that the ice on the lake is thick enough to walk on or too thin to walk on. You would test it out. You would be a bit wary, wouldn't you? Or, if you were suddenly told you can walk on water, you'd be wary. You wouldn't just like walk straight out onto the lake. You'd be wary because it would go completely against what you knew. And that's what I've found myself in. I'm like, okay, so now I've learned that the opposite is true of what I've believed my whole life, that everybody, pretty much everyone in the world is saying. And, finding out this information and finding out more information about it is like, wow, is this really true? And it took me about 3 months to actually change my ways myself, to try it out for myself, to believe it enough and be confident in it enough to try it out myself, and then find out, oh my God, it is true. It's the opposite. And this one thing is going to be something that everyone finds out in the end. You're going to be shocked by it too. But and there's other things that I haven't learned, I'm sure of it, because of these readings that I've been doing. I'm sure there's going to be way more uncovered that is the opposite as well. So it's not like I'm ahead of everyone else and I know these things. This is just one thing that I'm talking about, but it's big, and it's the opposite of what we've all been taught. So in the same way, Leo, you're going to have to face it. What you thought you knew is different, and it's going to shake your world, especially, Leo, if you have been part of it too and you haven't realized. And we have all been part of it too. We've been parroting these things off that we've been taught by our teachers, by our doctors, by the scientists, by the government. All of this misinformation, I've done it too. I've done it about the very thing that I found out about. I've done it a lot. I've done it my whole life. The same as everyone else has been doing. Repeating it. Never questioning where it came from. Just repeating it because we've trusted like the media, because it kind of started out truthful, I think. Did it? I don't know. Did teachers start out truthful or not? Who knows? But there's a lot of misinformation out there. And anyway, it's all coming out now. So you've got a lot of things to face in this step too. It's okay to be like, step one is about being around the right people, right? The people that are like you, to be heard in that. And then as you get to know the truth as it comes out, the opposite of what you thought before, you're going to have to face that, and not go to all of these other people too, trying to change their mind. That's not your place. And I don't even want to share what it is that I found out that's opposite too, because that's not my place either. That's something that people are going to go through, and when you go through it and you tell me, did you know this? I'm like, yes, that's what I found out a year ago. I will talk to people about it, but there's too many people that's still believing in the old thing. It's all going to come out. And you're going to have to face it in yourself as you go. And just be open to that. Be open to the opposite being true. It's actually going to be better for you. It's actually going to be better for you once you let it sink in, but you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it instantly. It's good to be a bit skeptical. It took me 3 months of skepticism of like, really? Really? Can I believe this? That's a good thing. You don't just blindly go from, oh yeah, okay, that person's telling me that, to, oh yeah, the opposite's true. I'm just going to go along with that. Like, tap into your truth as well, what feels right to you. Let yourself turn this around. This is big things that I'm talking about, things that we've all believed to be the truth, and the opposite's true. So the stuff that you're going to have to face there, everyone's going to have to face it, but it's coming up in your reading because it's obviously more significant to you. I don't know why it would be more significant to Leo's, but no. Huh. Okay. So your step 3, Leo, is get support in one step at a time, taking things slowly. You know how I just said I don't know how this is going to affect you, why it's coming up in your reading, but this is obviously it. Hi. That as this shifts, you've got some changes to make in your life. These changes are actually going to be good for you when you let it sink in enough that what you believed and what you've been doing in the past has actually been maybe bad for you or something. And then you start doing what's good for you based on this new information. And, you know, our beliefs have so much clout, you know. And so you don't want to jump in and start doing something differently when you still believe the opposite is true, because then if you're doing something that you know is going to harm you or you think is going to harm you because you're still in that old truth, then you don't want to go into it with a mixed vibration. So this is saying some of these turnarounds that you're going to have to deal with are going to require you getting support from others. Like I said, if people come to me and say, did you know that this is actually the opposite? Yeah, I'm going to support them in that. Absolutely. I'm going to talk to them about it. And when you're around the people that are on that, you know how I said in step 1, be around the people that are amongst your wavelength, on like similar to your vibration, that are around you. Those are the people that you're going to want to go to for that. And so change is happening within you, Leo, and it's for your betterment. It's actually going to be good for you, but it's going to be challenging in the transition as your mind changes first, and then your patterns change, what you're doing changes. You're going to need support in that. You're going to actually need to talk to people about that, to put new processes into place, to maybe change your lifestyle or change what it is that you've been doing. And I'm feeling for some of you, this has got a psychological aspect to it, an emotional aspect to it as well. So you've been a part of it. That's going to be big for you, Leo, especially if you've been doing it in a big way. If you've been part of maybe the health service or teaching or something like that, and you're like, hang on a minute, I've told how many thousands of people this thing, and now I'm finding out it's incorrect, and you might have the guilt and things like that. There's that. You're kind of involved in it in some way, and it's through no fault of your own whatsoever, Leo. So there's going to be a process of you releasing it. You can take that slowly. You can get support in that, and so you're not by yourself in this. As I said, a lot of people are going to be going through this all at the same time. Maybe not all at the same time. Maybe it's going to be staggered. Just keep on flashing. I feel like the bed keeps on flashing. Maybe there's a storm going on out there. Can't hear it yet. But yeah, that's your step 3, is allowing that support in from like-minded, like vibration people. And just take it slowly, take this transition slowly. Your life is changing, Leo, and it's changing for the better. There's nothing wrong with the time until now of you believing all of those lies and stuff. We all have. We trusted, and we get taught, you know, by teachers. Like, we need to. We're human beings. We've needed to do that. But now we're in this huge time of change, and that's a good thing too. It's a very beneficial thing too. And Leo, you chose to be here for this as well. I chose to be here for this. You chose to wake up to all of this as well, for this time of change, because the world's going to change significantly because of this. Absolutely, which is a great thing. There you go, Leo. Wow. Very interesting, hey? So if you want to know what the other 2 steps are, if you want a written version of these as well, which I'm about to do now, and then your step 4 and your step 5, if this is resonating with you, then sign up for that deeper dive read right there. It's $10. I'll link to it in the description box as well. That's what it's called, description box. If you like this reading, Leo, please hit a like and subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How does it resonate with you? Have you uncovered any of these yet? You don't need to talk about it if you're not comfortable about it, you know. I think there's some people whose role of taking that role to actually uncover these things and put it out there. It's certainly not mine. I'm just doing my thing and helping people. Guess how many cards are in here, in your comment as well, for your chance to win that reading. And if you'd like a private Your Next Steps reading, get one this weekend. There'll be a link around about there. The lighting is freaking me out. It's changing all the time. Yeah, get one there. There's a link around about there. Have an awesome weekend, Leo. I'll see you next time. Bye.